The issue of advices given to retired General Chiwenga by individuals such as Themba Mliso, obviously, whom we know where Themba Mliso is getting the script from, I think it has become tired. What we know is that Emmerson Mnangagwa has always been looking for that day whereby he will act especially on the allies of retired General Chiwenga, as well as possibly the man himself. Now, the question, we know that this has been delayed. By the way, a warning was fired that he was intending to do so before the ZANU PF conference. Unfortunately, he ended up not doing so. And the question is, will he take it? It is quite possible and it is quite clear that he sees that as a risk. That is why that intervention has been delayed by Mnangagwa. Now, the mind-boggling question is, will he take that risky decision of really listening to those who are actually behind him to act on retired General Chiwenga and other suspected allies of retired General Chiwenga? Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So I have made it quite clear that Emmerson Mnangagwa, I've said it over and over again that he risks being surrounded by praise singers during the day and schemers at night. He risks that. Why do I say so? A lot of information pertaining to his plans have been leaked, leading to his plans being frustrated. I'm talking of even the issue of going after some of the ministers within his cabinet and some of the permanent secretaries within his cabinet. It was leaked before being implemented, and even the letters that have been written to that effect have been leaked. You can talk even about what Themba Mliso is doing at the moment. It was leaked. Every step that Emmerson Mnangagwa seeks to take, it is always leaked. And even when he goes to meet with his allies, they get to know. I remember Blessed Keza coming out detailing who actually wrote what was presented by Minister of Legal Affairs, who doubles also as the Secretary of Legal Affairs, that is Ziambi. Blessed Keza had all the details of who sat and actually wrote the reply to retired General Chiwenga and where exactly they did sit at the time they said to document whatever they documented. And what was the strategic purpose of revealing this information? Blessed Keza was trying to reveal to Emmerson Mnangagwa indirectly so that you may think that those people whom you think they are the top actually lieutenant, your top lieutenant are not actually the real top lieutenant. That is what has frustrated Emmerson Mnangagwa to make actions as well as to make moves, because he gets confused, and I'm sure even the Zikanandas, they get confused on who exactly is leaking this very, very sensitive information, which ends up frustrating their entire program of action. Now, will he fire retired General Chiwenga? I must say this is part of considerations of Mnangagwa. If you look at the coaching that has been done to Marakashi All the Barakashis, they are speaking against retired General Chiwenga. They are opposing what retired General Chiwenga has put on the public domain in the form of the dossier. Every day they wake up to defend Zwikanandas. They wake up also to defend Emerson Mnangagwa. They wake up to project a different narrative compared to the narrative that has been put out in the public domain by retired General Chiwenga. This on its own highly depicts that retired General Chiwenga has been identified as #1 enemy of Zwikanandas, as well as also Emerson Mnangagwa. And the fact that individuals like Themba Mliso continues to do what they were doing prior to the ZANU PF conference, as well as Barakashi continue to be doing what was happening prior to the ZANU PF annual conference, though they got what they wanted in terms of the resolution. But we are seeing campaign process being the order of the day. Individuals such as Patrick Chinamasa, in the spirit of bootlicking, lying, that ZANU PF is at the moment the issue of resolution #1. It is no longer part of their baby. It is now the baby of the government in the form of the parliament to ensure the successful execution of that bill. Well, that is what is on the horizon. It may be implemented, but if that sees the light of the day, all hell will break loose. Emerson Mnangagwa understands that, of course, that process was supposed to be quickly implemented after the ZANU PF conference, but that process has been delayed. And everything that was actually planned, it is now out in the public domain. But do these people stop planning further? No, they don't stop planning further. They continue to plan further. And that is why even when the opposition got to stand up and they saw the opposition uniting, what are they doing now? They are actually trying to take out individuals such as Job Sikala. They are trying to silence some opposition officials. They are trying also to intimidate some opposition, but there is seemingly resoluteness, especially and voluntary resoluteness across divide in Zimbabwe to oppose the 2030 term extension of Emerson Mnangagwa. For the very first time, the docile, fragmented opposition has actually made it clear that going to the streets would be part of the options to get rid of Mnangagwa. Now, if that ever happens, it makes the regime of Mnangagwa, which is suspicious of everyone around it, including most probably the security cluster. That is why they are trying to appease it by Mnangagwa adding $150 because he's also broke. He has been spending money left, right, and center, and his projects appears to be taking time to actually take off. And they keep on going to the drawing board to try to outmaneuver retired General Chiwenga. But it appears retired General Chiwenga is always steps ahead of Emerson Mnangagwa, not speaking but executing successfully his actually plans to deter the 2030 execution. It is now going to it has gone to full 2 years, 2030 just remaining a slogan and never translating into a policy. And in simple terms, that has been defeat of the Emerson Mnangagwa faction, and it has actually depicted them as nothing less than cowards. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we stream live, you become the very first one to watch us. Definitely, Mnangagwa is going. I think I have to repeat it numerous times. He is going. And I know a lot of people don't believe it. You don't have to believe it in order for it to happen. But he's definitely going. Mark my words, you will come and make reference to these actually visuals. Thank you very much once again.